Hey everybody, it's Karen Bryant for MMA Heat. I'm talking with Sam Sicilia, who's facing Cole Miller at UFC Fight Night on January 15th. And Sam, first and foremost, thanks for taking the time. I'm curious how you're feeling the last couple days before you face Cole Miller.
I'm feeling good. Once you get down to the event in like the hotel with all the other fighters, it becomes a little more. It's like a game time now, you know.
Yeah.
And now I start my descent to 145, which is always fun too, and then get ready to fight. Really.
Yeah, how hard is that for you, that weight cut?
I've got it down to a science now.
Yeah.
But I weigh 145 for about 10 seconds, so. But it's not bad. I feel good there, and then I rehydrate, and then get a couple dinners in me and fight.
Right. I hear you. Well, I have to say, for me, I don't know how you guys do the weight cutting first and foremost to cut something so drastically. But how important do you feel this fight is? I know we know that at one point you were almost released from the organization. You were able to come back and win a fight. How important do you feel this one is to continuing the forward progression?
It's really important, and the fact that it's on the main card too. Is I don't want to take steps back in this sport at all. So like back to Facebook and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cole's had a lot of fights in the UFC and fought a lot of good guys. And the guys that beat him went on to do good things, and the guys that lost him kind of stuck underneath him. So he's a guy you got to get past, and it's very doable. So and I get to do it on the main stage now, which is pretty rad for me. So I'm just excited more than anything. So. Just go out there and do the damn thing.
Very nice. Where do you think he's the most dangerous?
Well, on the ground, I mean, he's a technical guy, and mostly just being a veteran. He's not going to be scared by stuff. He's fought Jeremy Stevens and Ross Pearson, so those are the guys I see myself in that he's fought. So, he's been there and carried fights 3 rounds, so he knows how to hang in there. In the sport and in the promotion. So it's just a guy you got to get out of there.
Right. And obviously, I'm sure when you guys are staring each other down, people are going to be talking about the height difference and the reach difference. What do you make of that? And how difficult do you think that is to overcome?
Well, I've always fought guys taller than me. I don't think I've ever had reach on anybody. So it's something I've adapted to. And I got tall. My main training partner, Mike Chiesa, and I've always gone with tall guys that know how to use their leverage, and they're good with that height and used it to be a professional. So it's something that I've overcame, and it's something that's not going to freak me out.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Well, now, just before we started talking here, Mike popped in and said hi. How helpful is he during fight week? He's got a lot of experiences. You guys have trained together and have fought together and stuff, and you're kind of coming up together. How does his experiences and his positivity, because to me he always seems like a really positive guy, how does he help you during fight week?
Yeah, he's a goofball. He keeps it lighthearted, but when it's time to train, he'll kind of reel it back in and get you focused. But mostly it's just because we went together on these small, we've warmed up in cattle guards and stuff before at crappy shows. And to now being here, we kind of have to be like, well, how the heck did this happen,
Right.
And the only guy that stuck together, I've had a lot of teammates that I've liked a lot, but none of them stuck through it and believed in each other like we did. So it's kind of rad to be here with somebody and share all this stuff with.
That's very cool. Well, and also your gym has produced some tough winners. What did you think of Juliana Pena's win? And did you, obviously a lot of time people who train with somebody, they go, oh, I knew she was going to win all along. But how well do you think, did you think she was going to do on that show?
I thought she would do great.
Yeah.
She's tough, mentally tough more than anything, really.
Yeah.
And I think she's just psycho enough to win. She really does like fighting, and I think that gets her pretty far.
Uh-huh.
She goes flavor of love crazy on chicks when she wants to fight. She's like, I'm gonna kill you. She is something else to be around. But to see her, because she fights guys all the time, to see her in there fight, so it transferred over well for her, and I'm glad it worked out for her.
Yeah, for sure. No, she's one of those women that I never want her to be mad at me, because she could totally kick my butt. It's funny, you kind of bring up a funny point about, the aggressiveness of your team. I mean, I feel like you guys are all kind of like that. and maybe I'm wrong, but you seem like the type that when you're training, you guys kind of go probably 95%, whereas a lot of other gyms, wouldn't go that hard in training. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I would for sure. It's that, I think it's that blue collar background where you feel like you have to earn it. And, I grew up with, my dad installed a work ethic in me, and, I feel like I have to uncork a 12-hour workday in a 2-hour work session or something. So, and we all kind of have this. Nobody has a sense of entitlement. Everybody has to earn it, and we like to get in and get after it. So.
What did your dad do for a living?
He was a mechanic, and he works at Caterpillar now, and he actually is having like he couldn't come to my fight because they're having like a big a work meeting.
Okay.
And at his work meeting they rented out a place. The owner of Caterpillar did, so they're all going to be there watching it.
Nice.
Which would be cool. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. Well, I was going to make all kinds of jokes how you're going to plow over the guy or all this kind of stuff, right? But I won't. Go there. Now I'm curious about the beard too. Is that something that you and Mike have worked on together?
I think it's just kind of it gives us lumberjack strength, I guess. So, we're up in the Northwest. Right now it's winter up there.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of beards and beanies up there. So it just transfers over to this very well to where we get recognized for it, and honestly it's in a good group of guys, and you're like Johnny Hendricks and me, Mike, and so it had to work for me. My modeling career wasn't taking off, so I kind of had to go with this.
Well, it's working for you, certainly it is. Did you watch the Seahawks game yesterday?
I did, yes. Yeah, that was a great game.
Well, cool.
Yeah, and then Mike's been to a couple this year. I haven't got to get any, but yeah, we're definitely pulling for him.
Very nice. Well, I'm a Patriots fan, so I can't, I can. Well, I can share in your joy a little bit, right, but.
Yeah. No, I would love to see those two teams play, and honestly, I had a couple Patriots on my fantasy team that helped me out quite a bit. So.
Very nice, very nice. Now I want to talk about the fact that apparently. You're okay with being the bad guy. You've gone to Brazil a few times, fought Brazilians in Brazil. Now you're going to Georgia. You're fighting a guy from Georgia. How do you process that? I know some guys kind of love that and they kind of feed off that negative energy.
Well, honestly, I feel like I'm more like invading their territory than fighting on my own ground. I guess would be a good analogy or whatever. But mostly like. I saw, Mike had a fight in Seattle, and everybody asked for free tickets, and it actually didn't. And like when we first saw it, we thought it was a great opportunity. It didn't really end up like that. He got bombarded with stuff, and when you go, and then he got to go fight in Anaheim, and it was a way better experience. And even the fight trips are fun, like going somewhere else because you fought your way into that, that country or that city. So I just look at it as an opportunity to. Make the most of this while I'm in the promotion. So
very cool. Well, plus, I know sometimes for guys that live in Vegas and fight in Vegas and they choose not to go to the fighter hotel, I always kind of question that because I feel like you need to go there and get into that headspace to know that now it's time for work and I'm not just hanging at home and you know.
Exactly. No, I agree. I like it. Right. Once you get to the hotel, it becomes realistic. You're like, all right, fight's on now.
Nice. Very nice. Well, and finally, I want to ask you about. It's well documented that you're a fan of Bane and from the Batman movie. So how many times do you watch it progressively the whole week before you fight, or just like the day before? Is it a marathon type of thing? What do you do?
Oh no, I always throw that movie like when I go to bed, I have to have something on. Yeah. So I've thrown that movie in a couple times and I'll fall asleep to it, or it's just always around. We actually watched it before Mike fought.
Nice.
A while ago, and then we'll be wrestling around and quote it and joke around, but no, we were talking about. It was like I forget who I was talking to, but we're like I actually rooted for the bad guy in a couple movies after all this stuff. So
well, that character was intense anyway. I mean, and so you've waited. You have the mask and everything, right?
Right. No, they actually photoshopped that on me. But they did a damn good job, right?
They did. I thought for sure. I was like, well, how did I miss that? When did he weigh in with that on?
No, and that picture actually made my day. So I was like, I coached wrestling at high school, and I was like, all my little wrestlers showed me like, oh man, look at this, and they were all pretty pumped about it too.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty cool. Well, I tell you what, you fighters are saving the world because Rhonda told me the other day that she's Batman. So, you know, of the women's division at least. So we're getting a little superhero crossover. So
yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, I will be there in Atlanta. I hit the road tomorrow. I'm really looking forward. And like you said, you're the kickoff fight on the main card, right?
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. Very nice. Well, I'm excited for you. You're taking on Cole Miller. It should be a great fight. Thanks for taking the time, Sam, and I will see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you. Good seeing you. Love you, Karen.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Well, I love you too, guys. I'll see you soon.
Bye, Karen.
Bye.